It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Bills and the Cowboys, and it comes your way next.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bills in this matchup. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, and not always for the better. What do you see them try to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up.
They met in back-to-back Super Bowls in the 90s, and they're together again. The Cowboys and Bills are underway. This is Tony Pollard. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And what he's thinking about right now is first down, let's find a way to make a big play. Because when you get a sudden change situation and that defense has to rush onto the field unexpectedly, you might catch them having a defensive breakdown or not quite prepared.
And it was really sudden after the first play picked off. So after the INT, it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Allen going to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. From the gun, it's Allen. That is caught. It's Beasley. Touchdown, Buffalo. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bills have taken the early lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Pollard. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Into the secondary past the 40. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give to Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, 42 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Zerline connects on the extra point. That will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go! Let's go!
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To the air, Allen. He hits Beasley right side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the...
Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On play action, Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Room here to run. And running with power here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Prescott now. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Star Latulippe forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process, when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Touchdown at Zerline. He'll kick it away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And here come the Bills. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing on first down is Allen. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On first down, they stick with Singletary. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Now he'll escape to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Now Pollard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back out on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
These two teams all tied after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it second down and 12. Throwing, Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A first down carry by Elliott. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Prescott off play action. It's caught. Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
A first down throw for Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 5, 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Elliott diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense. Thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learned that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Now he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. Singletary to get the drive started. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the counter, this is Singletary. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. Flushed out right. And Allen will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On 1st down, Allen. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They'll run on 1st down. Singletary uses the stiff arm, and he's brought down. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Here's Allen to throw it. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Now Pollard. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. They start on the ground with Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They'll run with Elliott. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Prescott on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's second and 10. Prescott from the gun. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To the air again, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now Dak Prescott off, Greg Zuerlein on for the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And for the main field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back now comes the offense. Madden spotlight time as we shine it on Josh Allen. And 3 touchdown passes so far, but it hasn't been enough.
And the guys that I know that run teams in the NFL, they think it's because they haven't done enough. Despite what we're seeing here, 3 touchdown passes, looks good. In his mind, he's thinking, I just have to find a way to do more.
Yeah, he might be thinking I need 4 and 5, maybe 6. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. The left side caught by Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Allen going deep for Diggs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got him. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. And again, it's Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Allen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports halftime report. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen
Teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? On the return, it's McKenzie. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go right back to Singletary. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it's going to be incomplete. He's able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 2. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, it's Elliott. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be at the end of this play on the big-time game, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass found him. But how about the offensive line and the protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. The give is to Elliott. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. Eluding the pressure. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Gregory Rousseau in there to drop him for a loss on the play. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle.
Really well done on 3rd down because he doesn't have a lot of time to analyze things. He's got to make a snap decision and go. And his decision there, right on. He rocketed in and made the play.
And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run it with Elliott. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now Elliott. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. But they wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this time he is in. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Zerline now for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And now out come the Bills. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with the option. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On play action, Allen. They'll roll him out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Osa Odighizuwa busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never brought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Forced out to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. This is Elliott. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack onto their lead as we get set for the 4th. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Prescott off play action. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott looking deep for Elliott. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. McKenzie returning it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills offense back out onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Throwing to start the drive. Allen, and he'll get this underneath to Singletary. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Now he's flushed out left. And Allen will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Going deep for Diggs. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. From their own territory, an incredible play on 4th down. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. To the air, Allen. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Allen now on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Pollard. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
First down carry by Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. That's Gallup on the slant. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me this drive is what is known as a parlay drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On 1st and 10, Prescott over the middle. Amari Cooper, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
115 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are right back in this football game.
And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Singletary to get the drive started. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Zerline now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
On the return, it's McKenzie. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Allen going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play here for Buffalo.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Allen now looks to throw. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bills get a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.